What's up, Orlando Fringe?
Hello!
Welcome and thank you for joining us for this fringy Halloween Friday.
Happy Fringeoween!
Yes.
Marlon, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. It's funny. I always wanted a goldfish.
Yeah.
As a pet, as a kid, I did get one eventually, you know.
Right.
But I always asked Santa for it, so it's kind of like full circle while looking at you in that Santa costume.
Yeah, you just have to become your biggest dream, and that's okay. And I'm a Christmas person, so I decided to start celebrating a little early. I've got my little snowman friend here. He's gonna be hanging out. So
wait, I can't see him.
You're welcome. This guy.
Oh.
Ooh.
So
yeah.
cute. So cute. Yeah, this costume was from a Fringe show I did called Go Fish back in 2017. It was about two goldfish who one wanted to see the world and the other was content being in the tank, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was made by Tony Chandler though, so I wanted to give a plug for her. She has a company, All That Jazz Design. So if you need a Halloween costume, you can go check this one out. Check her out. I can barely sit in this. It's very complicated, so I will not be moving for the entirety of the show.
That's okay. Goldfish don't do much movement. I've had a lot of goldfish, and they just sit there, so that's appropriate.
Yep. So that's what I'm going to embody that today here at Friday, October. Can you believe it's October already?
Yeah, I know. It's like I've been stuck in this house since February. And it's October now. That's 8 months.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
We are like little goldfish.
Yeah, right. Just stuck. But with no one to watch us. Well, we have people watching us now. So.
We're in a fish tank right now with all the people watching us.
Right.
I don't know about you. I'm so excited to have this Halloween event happening tonight. We've done a lot of Halloween events in the past here at Orlando Fringe. We've done Young Fringenstein and The Exorcist, and now something not so scary with tonight's event.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is important for all of you at home. It's not going to be scary. It's not going to be gory. We might talk about some horror genres, but it's for all ages. Ish until we have a burlesque act at the end, but we'll give you plenty of warning in case there's children watching.
Mm-hmm. And like she said, there's lots of artists joining us tonight, and to support them, we're giving you a chance to donate, and to do you can do that by texting Fringe. That's FRINGE to 41444. Again, that's text Fringe, FRINGE, to 41444. These artists could really use your support, especially during these tough times.
An important note to that texting, once you text it, a donation form will pop up, and you'll just have to go through a little bit of channels that way in order to donate, or you can go to orlandofringe.org/donate to donate as well. And we'll make sure those tips go in the right place. So if you have the means to do it, thank you. And if not, enjoy the show either way, because we're all
just here. Either way, have fun. And also, we are having a costume contest. I know I already won it, but we're gonna give you guys a chance to win. So you can you can post a pic of you in costume in the chat, and we'll send you a fringy surprise. And we also have Halloween Fringe Halloween t-shirts for sale. So get you one of them.
Yeah, they're really cute. Basically, they're shirts that make you a fringe artist trying to flyer your show. So it's what we all can dream of for Halloween as our costume. So I think we've kind of done our intro. I think we hit all the main points.
Yeah.
Marlon, do you want to introduce our first guest?
I sure do. So our first guest will be me, and I will be reading a bit from H.P. Lovecraft's Great Tales of Horror. There's only about like 30 in here. I'm only going to read like 15, so it's not going to take that long. What?
No.
But you said I could.
Well, I don't think we didn't.
No?
We didn't talk about that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I heard you say yes. No?
I I don't think I don't really agree to anything. So I don't think.
All right. Well, my feelings are a little bit hurt, so I guess I'll just introduce the next person. We have Carla Davis and Beena, and they're going to. Hey, there they are.
Hi. Hi. And Marlon, I have my snowman too. I'm a Halloween girl.
I don't have a snowman, but I have this mug that says "Rolling with my Nomies." I can't
I'm a Halloween lady. And that's just stuff that was in arm's reach.
All my Halloween decorations are in my front yard.
And they're great. They're so good. She made them.
Oh, sorry. Is that a picture of your front yard, Carla, right behind you?
Oh, no. Yeah, this is my backyard.
That would be amazing.
It's nice. It's inviting.
It is.
Right?
Spooky.
Just have a nice little picnic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we want to talk to you about your love of Halloween, your love of horror. You both are longtime Orlando Fringe employees. So why don't you tell everybody what role you do at the festival itself?
Carla, you want to go first because you've got seniority.
Sure. Well, I am the audience services manager. I've been part of Fringe staff for I think it's 15 years now. And I was box office manager and ticketing manager and all that fun stuff, and now audience services manager. So I run around and put out fires and help with those long, crazy lines for sold out shows and just help people. And I love running around. I usually lose weight during Fringe because I run around so much.
I know.
And during the festival, I work with the volunteers. So from training them from the very get-go, and communicating and building all the shifts and scheduling everybody. And then during the festival, I too run around putting out fires and helping out lines and, helping out wherever I can. So,
yeah, we work together a lot at Fringe. So
yes.
Well, like as an artist that has been to Fringe, I just want to say thank you to you guys, because it literally would not happen without all the hard work that y'all put in before those 2 weeks. Like, I think I'm working hard for those 2 weeks, but I'm not doing nothing but having fun.
It's a long 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But it's good. Yeah. It's fun. It's an amazing event to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it does make you sore and tired.
Right.
Yeah, by the end of it, I'm like ready to get rest, but 2 or 3 days at home and I'm like missing it. So
I feel that.
I know. I'm like, I'll lift platforms. I'll move stuff. I promise. Let's bring the festival back.
Just bring it back.
Now, you two, you work together, obviously at Fringe, and now you're working together at your own horror hour every week on Facebook.
We are.
Yeah.
We were invited to be on Wade Hare's talk show on his Facebook because we're kind of horror experts. We both love horror movies and Halloween. So we had such a good time. They were like, let's do this. So we started, I've been running a page called 30-Day Horror Movie Challenge. I created it back in like 2011. Mm-hmm. And we utilized that platform and created our own horror hour with Beena and Carla. And we do it every other Thursday.
Cool. Okay. Yep. Awesome.
Yeah. And each week we have a topic. Last night we talked about ghost movies and the paranormal. And we talk about what our favorites are. And then we talk about, different aspects of the movies. And it's really cool because one really neat thing is Carla and I very rarely overlap in our opinions of what we love.
Mm.
We each develop our own list individually, and then we get together on it, and we almost never duplicate.
Yeah,
the movies. So
cool.
Well, I just want to say
what's your favorite ghost movie, Lindsay? Marlon, I'm coming to you next.
Casper. Yeah. Don't say Casper.
Well, I was going to say Casper because I really don't like horror movies, and that one seems the least scary.
Mm-hmm. I'm all about. I like the Insidious movies. I won't say they're my favorite, but one of my favorite scary movies. And I guess it's more suspense, but I really like The Invisible Man.
I haven't seen that yet.
That's good.
Soon. But yeah, the original one with Kevin Bacon is pretty cool.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to add a compliment to you both, which is when you told me it was every other week, I thought, oh, they promote so well that I genuinely think it's every week because I see it on my timeline all the time. So it's, thank you.
Flip our hair, Carla.
Yeah. I'll flip my
the scale.
And we each have other things that we do that are horror related as well. I write for a horror fan site called 1428 Elm, and Denna works for Spooky Empire.
Oh,
so
cool.
Yeah,
a huge horror convention. And I also run Halloween Guide Orlando, which has been called the most comprehensive Halloween guide ever.
Awesome. Cool.
HalloweenGuideOrlando.com.
Check all those things out. Yeah. Okay. So you both have interviewed. You both have been around different like celebrities, especially in that like horror genre. Who's been like your biggest celebrity that you've met that you're like, I could stop tomorrow now. I don't have to do this ever again because I met this person and now.
Well, for me, I do interviews. I don't necessarily meet them in person, but I've been able to talk on the phone to some really, really cool people. And my personal favorite, my bucket list celebrity that I got to speak to was the writer Joe Hill. He wrote Nosferatu and Heart-Shaped Box. He also happens to be Stephen King's son. But even if he weren't, he's an incredible writer. He's always been one of my favorites. And I got to interview him. I got a 15-minute interview with him. So that was like heaven for me.
Wow,
see,
that's cool.
that counts, Carla, because we're in a quarantine land right now. So even it's still communicating with them.
Yeah.
Denna?
One of my favorite celebrities that I just love is Matthew Lillard. But I wouldn't say that he was like my end all be all. The one that I fangirled over is Joe Manganiello from True Blood.
Oh,
Barbara's husband. I actually fangirled when I met him. And I tried to sneak the chair that he sat in out. It was a souvenir.
Wait, did you make it?
No. But I've got photos at least. Hugging the chair, hugging him.
Nice.
Hugging the carpet that he walked on as he left the chair.
Exactly. I'm not usually like when I'm at work, I'm not usually like that. And it's weird because I don't really fan over many of the celebrities. And being with Spooky Empire for 10 years, doing 2 shows a year, I've met a lot. So, but Matthew Lillard is just one of the most charming, nicest guys that you'll ever meet. He gives great hugs. He's just awesome. He'll go out and he'll like wave to his line before he starts doing his meet and greets. He's just really nice.
That's awesome.
And you know, he's the voice of Scooby-Doo, so that's a movie you can handle, Lindsay.
Scooby-Doo?
He's the voice of Shag.
Okay, it sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was also in Scream, 13 Ghosts, but you cannot handle those things.
Okay, now I can see his face.
Yeah.
The live action Scooby-Doo. Action Scooby-Doo. He played Shaggy.
I have seen some horror movies. I just would rather not ever again.
Lindsay, we're so going to have you on the show one of these days. I joked that what we're going to do is have a spoilers show, and we're going to tell you all the crazy, evil, horrific twists, and just watch your reaction.
That'd be a good one.
And we can talk about non-scary, scary movies.
Yeah, I don't like suspense. I don't like gore.
Gotcha.
Different. I don't like people like chopped up, but I don't mind being like a little scared.
I could see that.
I have a movie I'm going to recommend for everybody that likes horror movies at all. I won't say there's no blood. There's a little bit, but it's only available on Shudder, and it's called Host.
I was going to say that because of just what we're doing.
It is so good. It was filmed during quarantine entirely on Zoom. It was directed via Zoom, and it's so scary.
Wow.
It's only like it's less than an hour long.
Watch it on your computer with headphones.
And the lights out.
Audio is designed for headphones.
Okay.
And so much audio that you pick up. Carla made me watch it, and I watched it last night in the dark on my laptop with my headphones, and I got chills.
Ooh, I'll have to check that out.
There is violence and some blood.
It's on Shudder.
It's on Shudder.
Host, H-O-S-T, and it's on Shudder, which is a horror streaming app. You can get a 7-day free trial if you go on their website. And there are so many great movies on there if you like horror at all. And in fact, let me know if you're going to watch some movies on there, and I'll recommend some good ones for you.
Cool.
And it's funny, on our show, Carla loves Shudder so much, and I love the Enzian, that we say that when we mention it, because we're not
take a drink
yet, but we drink. Not wine or alcohol, just whatever we have in our cup.
Are you both ready to start your trivia questions?
Yes.
And then after your trivia questions, Marlon and I have a question we're going to ask all of our guests. So this is for all of you at home watching, the opportunity to win a prize for trivia from Denna and Carla.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. I'm trying to decide which one here. I think I'm going to give away a DVD. It's not a brand new one. I believe in reusing and recycling, so it's a gently used DVD copy, and this is a pretty gory one. I'm going to say it's High Tension. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I've seen that. That's a good one.
Yes. So we'll need to put the address of whoever ends up winning. But can someone kind of tally and see who's answering the questions correctly?
Yeah, because I'm not in the group. So maybe I don't know if Brian can or not.
Yes.
All right. Well, my sister's sitting here next to me. She can track it.
If you yep, just to make sure.
Yeah, I've got the answers. Why would I ask questions if I didn't have the answers
right there?
All right,
because I don't know any of them.
Okay. So the first question is, it's a two-parter. What is the name of the hotel where The Shining is set? And what is the name of the actual hotel that inspired Stephen King to write the novel?
Ooh.
I know.
I know that answer. I know it.
2 parts. The fictional hotel and the real hotel.
So if you're at home watching, comment in the thread, and then we'll see if you're right, and we'll give you a point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so James Dillon guessed the Overlook, which is correct, and Brian guessed the Stanley, which is the real hotel.
So they both get it.
So write both their names down. Why not?
James. Oh wait, your pen's not working.
I think that's from our private chat.
What's that?
I think that's from our group chat, like our people who are on the show tonight. I think.
Yeah, it is.
James.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
I need the names again.
Those were the names that I saw come up. Are their names somewhere else, or?
Yes.
Yeah, it's on the Facebook thing. So
in the Facebook group, kind of like what we do.
Okay, well, I can't see those, so I don't know who got it right.
Oh,
okay. There it is. Emily got the Overlook. What's the actual name of the hotel? The real name of the real hotel. Anybody else? Go ahead and write Emily down. She got that part of it down.
Just Emily.
Yep. Denna, you want to ask one now?
Okay, I'm gonna ask one. Let me look. All right, here's a more recent movie. In the Scream movie, what is rule number 1 on Randy's list of rules to survive a horror movie?
I wish I could play.
I'm glad I'm not playing because
I'm not looking at the private chat anymore. So
it's okay. There's a slight delay to Facebook, so we can kill some time until someone chimes in. I will never know the answer to any of these questions, so
You might. You might. You never know. And like I said, Matthew Lillard, my friend.
Nobody?
I have to
All
believe
right.
in myself.
Do we
Do
move
we have
on?
any answers in the group?
Nobody
yet.
Nobody's guessed it yet. Well, if someone thinks of it as we go, answer it. I'm going to ask the next one.
Question.
This is a good one. Child actress Devay Chase voiced Lilo in Disney's Lilo and Stitch. She also portrayed an iconic child role in what 2002 horror film? And if nobody guesses it right away, I have a little hint that will probably give it away.
And Emily, that was not it. That was not the number one rule.
Think long, scraggly black hair, and she climbed out of a well. And through the TV.
I know.
Come on, guys.
My wife just answered the last question. Is hers right? Is it I'll Be Back? Don't
The
say
Ring, that's correct. The Ring. She played Samara in The Wing. And she did the voice of Lilo. How cool is that?
Who got it?
I did not know that.
That's kind of terrifying.
Talk about range.
Did you say your wife had the answer to my question?
What's that?
Did you say your wife had an answer to my
Well,
question?
she put don't say I'll be back.
That's one of the rules, but that's not the number one.
Number one. You're wrong, Cam. Sorry.
You want to give them a hint? You want to give them a hint? Hey, Dina, here's a hint. Boom, chicka, wow, wow.
I know.
I know.
Myron, go ahead and answer.
Oh, come on, people.
Okay, so I'll go to the next question while you think about my hint. Okay, let's see here. Let's pick. Oh, I'll do a really easy one.
There we go. She got it.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Okay, my next one is really easy, and I expect an answer really quick. What are the colors of Freddy Krueger's sweater?
Oh, I think I know that for once.
Feelings, I told ya.
Let's see who answers. Do 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 do. Yep, wait. Do do.
Brian says there's a slight delay. So
I know.
No, Kyle, you're so close.
very close, Kyle.
Oh, Kyle Peckinson, you're so close. Buddy.
No, Camille.
Nope.
You got
Everybody's getting the red, but it's the other color.
Mm-hmm.
Red and
good hit, Marlon.
green.
Yeah.
Emily.
Yes.
Emily's gonna get it.
Okay. Bob Clark directed 1983's A Christmas Story, which now plays nonstop on television on Christmas. What iconic Christmas-themed horror film did he also direct?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that is tough.
That's kind of old school. I'll give you a little hint. They did a remake or a reboot of this movie just last year.
I'm trying to.
And the word Christmas is in the title.
And when people ask me what my favorite Christmas movie is, it's this.
It's one of the first horror movies I remember seeing and absolutely loving as a teenager. A young. Well, no, I'm not gonna lie. I was 12.
All right. While we wait for somebody to answer that question, I'll go for another question.
Oh,
No, Emily. It has Christmas in the title. It has the word Christmas in the title.
All right. What 1974 film was the first horror movie to ever be nominated for an Academy Award?
What year?
1974.
Lindsay, you should know this one.
You should know this one, Lindsay, because we may have done.
Black Christmas is correct, Kyle. Black Christmas.
Yeah, Kyle.
That's my favorite Christmas movie, Kyle.
Oh, that was the other question. I was like, I don't know that movie at all.
Oh. No, you totally know this one.
We kind of worked on it. Kind of. The Fringe.
Yep.
Yes.
The Exorcist. Emily got it right. The Exorcist.
Oh, cool.
Carla, do you remember how old Linda Blair was when she played that role?
She was
We
like
talked about it when we
12 or
talked about
13. She was, I think, 13.
Young.
12 or 13, yeah. She was
Cool.
injured during it. The scene where she's on the bed and she's just flipping back and forth and back and forth. She got a back injury.
Oh, really?
And let me add this question on for you. Since we just talked about The Exorcist, how many people associated with The Exorcist died during production?
Oh. That does not sound like a fun set.
Someone in our James in our chat wrote a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you think about it, I will say this: it's under 10.
Marlon, if you're going to take
Sarah.
advantage of that free Shudder trial, there's a series, a Shudder original series called Cursed Films, and they talk about movies that had a lot of problems on set. The Exorcist is one of them.
Cool. I'll check that out.
So higher than 4, Sarah says. Keep going.
Oh, wow. Higher than 4, less than 10? Okay, people. There's only a couple of numbers left. Just start firing.
Just type them in.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to ask my next question while you guys are working on that. Which 1982 horror film was the first to win an Academy Award for the then newly created Best Makeup category?
Ooh. 1982, you say?
Yep.
That was a good year. Good year.
All years except for 20.
Yeah, right.
I'm so old, it was the year after I graduated high school.
I was 1 year old in 19.
Whatever.
I was maybe a thought in someone's mind.
As people are answering these trivia questions, I want everyone who might be tuning in just now to, if you're wearing a Halloween costume, post it in the chat. We're also going to be having a Halloween costume contest. So just keep thinking about that as people are answering.
Kyle is correct. American Werewolf in London. That was the first film to win an Academy Award for Best Makeup.
Nice. And we have some answers for the other one. Someone guessed 8. Someone guessed 6.
Nope. It's
Nope.
more
Wow,
than
you guys.
Cool.
Come on, answer it. It's more than 8, less than 10. There's the hint.
Come on, people.
Someone type it in.
No,
Sweet.
Awesome. Oh,
So-
it's my turn. So
the correct answer was 9.
The correct answer was 9 people died during the production of The Exorcist.
Wow.
Clearly, all of you need to watch our webcast so you can learn a lot more about horror movies.
Yeah, I'm going to be joining y'all.
All right, I think this one's an easy one. I settle. What horror movie? What was the first horror movie to show a woman in a bra and slip?
Scandalous.
And it was no one from the cast of Corsets and Cuties. Come on, Linz. We had an adaptation of this movie as a Fringe show a few years ago.
I know this.
And it was so good.
I think I know it, maybe.
Nope. It was way before Rocky Horror Picture Show. 1960, hint. And they say it was shockingly direct. Yes, Emily Patton. Psycho. Janet Lee wears only a white.
James got that correct too in the private chat room. So good job, James.
James also works with me out at Spooky Empire.
Cool. I think we probably have time for about one more question.
All right, Carla, bring it home.
I don't have any more. That's it for me.
Okay, so I'll grab one more from my list.
Okay.
All right, so this is going to be a tough one, I think, but not really. So Paranormal Activity, which we talked about last night on our Zoomcast, great movie, found footage, ghosts, seriously spooky. Like when I went to see it in the movie theater, the person I went with cried at the end because she thought it was real.
Wow.
That is how good that movie was. It originally had a different ending, but a famous producer, director, screenwriter suggested the current ending that you see now on the movie. Who do you think that was?
Very famous. Very, very famous.
Let's see, how could I give a hint for this amazing, because he's like across the board. He's done a little bit of everything. Carla, what would be a good hint?
James is asking us to repeat the question. I think she's talking to us.
Okay, so Paranormal Activity originally had a different ending than what you see in the movie. What famous producer, director, screenwriter suggested the ending? Yes, Sarah, you got it.
Sarah got it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Very good, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you all for participating.
Be sure to like us, the 30-day horror movie challenge page, so you can find out when we're coming up next. Our next show is, I believe, on the 15th, and we're talking about horror movies that take place during Halloween.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
This will give you a hint about one.
So do we have a clear winner, Carla?
Emily.
Emily, okay. Emily, we know how to get a hold of you. So
yeah, Emily, message me your address, and I'll get this wonderful, awesome, disgusting movie in the mail to you right away.
It's something to take in.
Yeah.
Sweet. She was not a plant. She just knows about Halloween movies. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We will talk to both of you at the end of the show. So we're going to move on to the next thing. Marlon, do you want to introduce?
Yeah. So now that we're all warmed up, it's my turn. Back to the H.P. Lovecraft. I got a story for you guys. I got a really good one. It's only about 20 pages since I can't read multiple. Are you nodding your head no again?
Well, I am nodding my head no again. I just thought we weren't going to do this.
Well, I mean, since we were talking about scary movies and gore and all that, I thought now was a good time. So. No, your face doesn't. All right, well, we can move on then. Move on to something else. Why don't you go ahead and tell them what we have next, since mine's no good. Go ahead, Lindsay.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Next up, we have Savannah Pedersen and the cast of The Chilling Adventures of Rhiannon. We're going to get a sneak peek of their new audio drama that they're going to be releasing later this weekend. I'm going to give a little description of it. Rhiannon's 18th birthday is coming up. For any normal witch, this means unleashing your true powers and unlocking your inner potential as a sorceress. For Rhiannon, it means a little bit more than that, because Rhiannon isn't just a normal witch. She's the only child of Hades.
Ooh. Wow. Great reading of that description, Lindsay. Top notch. You're welcome.
Did it have the same effect in my goldfish costume?
Absolutely. I think that
definitely
enhanced it. Yeah,
for sure.
Now, all of you are longtime Fringe artists. Savannah, I would say like your most notable show that you've created. Okay, for people watching at home, cover your children's ears.
We don't have a bleeper here.
Oopsie. From 2018. And then you won the calf lottery and you got to tour that last summer, right? Yeah. That's awesome. So give us the rundown of this new project.
Okay, so I wrote this show basically to be a fully staged musical. I wrote it last year, shortly after I got back from the CAF tour. I wrote it in about 6 days. Because I saw this meme, I guess it was like a Tumblr thread or a tweet or something, from a couple years ago that was basically like, imagine Mamma Mia, but instead of on an island in Greece singing ABBA, we're Witches in the Forest singing Fleetwood Mac. And I was like, that's a good idea. And I could probably write something like that. So I did. And then, COVID happened and like the world has changed very quickly, very drastically. And actually Cesar De La Rosa, who I know who's also a long time Fringe artist, he messaged me over the summer with the idea to do like a web series or a podcast kind of style. And I thought, how can we create something that would be safe in a time of COVID-19 for everyone, but also, still be true to the original idea that we had. And I think we came up with something really cool. So I'm really excited.
Marlon and I listened to the preview that everybody's about to listen to earlier today, and we both were freaking out.
It's pretty cool. Like I told Lindsay, I was like, I hate them because this is like it's a really cool idea, and like it's got that radio show feel, and it's super creepy in itself. Like radio shows themselves are creepy. Like
and I've never done something like this, so it was cool to I had to definitely change some things about the original script to make things that I would have easily managed to have the same effect with like a light cue or like choreography or something like that. I didn't have that anymore doing just audio, so I had to learn how to kind of get the same thing across with just sound. So and the cast, I think everyone in their roles is like absolutely perfect, and they really brought their A game. A lot of them have never done like voice work before, so we all did this in about a week, recorded everything in about a week in the guest room of someone's house, very safely, individually. Nobody was in the room with each other when we recorded our dialogue and our music. So the fact that it sounds like the way it does with what we were able to work with, I'm really proud of what we did. And I think everyone that's going to hear it is going to, see the vision, hopefully, that it would have been on stage to some extent.
Yeah, y'all did super.
Thanks.
Oh, so we're gonna chat for a couple seconds more before we play this audio track. But just let everyone know at home, if you have headphones nearby, the experience is better when you're wearing headphones. So we're gonna give you a couple seconds to grab them if they're nearby. I just think that first off, the cast. Every time you dropped a cast member's promo image, I was like, can it get better? And then it did. And then it did. And I was like,
thanks.
Oh my gosh, I'm like freaking out over here.
Thanks. The photos were all done by Eric Parafan and Paraphoto. You can follow him on Facebook. We've tagged him in all of our photos. But he's absolutely incredible. He did the photos and the editing for everything. So yeah, he's amazing. And he did an incredible job with the photos. Like I could not have asked for more. And the cast, like I literally told them, I was like, wear black. And then they showed up looking amazing and incredible. So I was like, how dare you?
So we're gonna watch/listen to the chilling adventures of Rhiannon. It's a 4.5 minute portion of the series, and then we'll come back and chat in just a few minutes. So
I will say this is not how the show starts. So for everyone that's listening, there's something that comes before this. So this is not like the beginning of the very first episode. So this is just a sample of the first episode, just to clarify.
Cool.
All right.
Take it away, Brian.
Yay!
Rhiannon had been dreading her birthday for some time. Traditionally, when a witch turned 18, her powers achieved their full strength. Rhiannon's powers were a little unpredictable, however. There was a very simple explanation for this: the fact that she was the daughter of Hades, ruler of the underworld.
Now here I go again, I see the crystal vision. I keep my visions to myself.
Always the first person to call Rhiannon on her birthday, Diana was one of her childhood best friends. She was a witch who held a particular affinity for flora and fauna, drawing her powers from Gaia, the goddess of the earth.
Morning, Guy. Good morning, Sunshine. How's the birthday girl? Well, the apocalypse hasn't happened yet, so I'd say I'm all right for now. Listen, do you think I can leave early and meet me at the Velvet Underground? Yeah. Everything okay? I had a weird dream last night. It was probably nothing, but it worried me. Was it about Sabrina? How'd you know that? I'll explain at the Velvet Underground. Call Lil, will ya? On it. I'll see you soon.
Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. Say with them, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you'll know. You'll know.
Lil, of course, was Lilith, a witch who drew her strong elemental powers from chaos itself. You could often find her slinging coffees at the Velvet Underground, the hottest coffee hangout for witches and mortals.
I've got a venti witch's brew with an extra pump of deadly nightshade for he who must not be named.
Yep, that's me.
Original. I've got a grande bubbling butterscotch and venti children will listen. Chai tea for Blair. Here's a pumpkin scone for Jack Skellington. I'm not even calling out your real names. I'm just telling you what you look like at this point. You're distracting me from my job, Diana.
Did you have a weird dream last night?
Scary forest, lightning, spooky singing?
All of the above, yes.
I may have failed divination class, but something tells me this is some kind of premonition, and now we need to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, Rhiannon's really worried. She thinks we should investigate.
Listen, I really don't have time to stare into tea leaves. Also, I'm a coffee barista, so that's like a conflict of interest.
We'll be there in 10 minutes.
Thunder only happens when it's raining. I see the crystal vision. Players only love you when they're playing. My vision
Lightning strikes, maybe once, maybe twice.
when the rain washes you clean, you'll know. Thunder only happens when it's raining.
And it all comes down to you.
Players only love you when they're playing.
And you know that it does.
Lightning strikes, maybe once, maybe twice. When the rain washes you clean, you'll know. You'll know.
You'll know.
Oh, you'll know.
Yay!
Oh my gosh, Martha, what happened to you?
Costume change.
No.
We're gonna put a pin in that book for a second. that was creepy. So this starts on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
How can people hear this?
So we're going to be launching from a website, basically. So I'm going to be posting the link to that. We have an Instagram page for the show, which was the little name that you saw at the end of that. And also like on all of my pages, I'll be posting links. So we're going to be launching from a site. And then I'm also going to try to hopefully start to get it up onto like SoundCloud, Spotify, things like that. But we'll definitely have a site that we'll be launching from that will be, you know, nice and easy to navigate. You'll be able to go in and find the episodes. We'll release one episode a week. And yeah.
So how many weeks is it?
It's going to be 5. So I took a 70-minute show essentially and then kind of broke it down into 5 15-ish minute episodes.
Cool. I'm also into it because I like the idea that it's accessible for people as well. Like, and I think that's a new wave of theater that I know Orlando Fringe is trying to do, is offer more shows for the blind and hard of seeing patrons as well. So this would be great for them as awesome as well. So we will talk to you all in just a few minutes after we go to our next guest, and then we'll see you at the end.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Marlon, what's happening to you over there?
So now that the mood is set, we're back to what I wanted to do. H.P. Lovecraft. I've just got a short one for you guys. All right. Just sleep.
What is short? What is short?
Like 25 pages.
That's
maybe
not
30.
short.
I mean, it's short to some compared to like a full novel. But all right, fine. All right.
I know we had a bit for this section, but I started laughing because we look like Halloween with our colors.
Yeah, we do. All right. Well, now what, Lindsay?
Now that
There's a reminder, text Fringe to 41444 to donate to these awesome artists that have put in so much work into what they do. They deserve your support.
They deserve your support. Okay, Marlon, for real, do you want to introduce our next guest?
Yeah, I'll do that. That's cool. This one's cool. This is Corsets and Cuties, Thrills and Chills. They have some sexy, spooky fun conjured up to put a spell on y'all. They just celebrated 6-year anniversary shows. Is that right, Lynn?
Yes. Hi, James. Hi, Lady James. Oh, we can't hear you.
I think your mic's off. Not yet. Technical difficulties, folks.
Not yet. No. We can't hear you. Well, since we can't hear you... Oh, wait. Check your mic setting, Brian's saying. Well, drop out and come back in. Let's try that. Marlon, while she's dropping out and coming back in,
yeah,
you're really pushing to read the story, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, when I signed up for this, I was told that I could read a story, and I was really looking forward to that. So, I mean, maybe I wasn't told directly that I could read a story, but that's the way I heard it. So, I'm going to read this story.
I get your perspective of it. Oh,
yeah.
Can we hear James?
Can you hear me now?
Yes!
Yay! Fantastic.
It's a Halloween miracle 30 days early. James, so you and Corsets and Cuties have just celebrated 6 years. That's huge.
Yes,
Wow.
We just celebrated 6 years of doing burlesque here in the Orlando and Sanford area. We actually celebrated our anniversary show in Oviedo at Penguin Point Productions. So that was really fun to actually come back and do a live show for that. All socially distanced and safe, of course. And then we just had our amateur show at Theater West End, which is our home in Sanford. And this year we've also won Best of Orlando Burlesque with Orlando Weekly.
Wow, congrats.
Thank you. It was a really big one for us.
Yeah, I think it's so special when, like, especially with the entertainment industry in Orlando is so wide and so vast to, like, you're such a recognizable name. Like, people know who Corsets and Cuties are, and it's a testament to how much work you put into it, you know?
Thank you so much. I think it's actually a testament to the team because we have so many amazing performers in our group. And we're also very lucky to have a lot of great guest stars. I pull from the Fringe family quite often to have guest stars, like Caesar was just a guest star in our anniversary show. So he joined us and sang a lovely little tune. And then we also play well with other groups in town. So we have other burlesque groups come and play with us. You know, their performers guest star. Most of our cast are professional performers from around the area. So whether you see them in our show or you see them performing at a restaurant or in a corporate setting, you know, our people get around.
Yeah, no, and I like that, like, especially with the burlesque group community in Orlando, that it's, you know, a lot of people have their own specific group, but you all kind of like
we share. Yeah,
it's fun.
Very much so. Yeah. And then also, you know, I get to do a lot of stuff around town, like Improv with Mama's comedy show, which has been on hiatus for a while. I host all the celebrity panels and do media for Spooky Empire. And then during this, you know, COVID kind of downtime, I've been lucky enough to do some writing for Denna for Orlando Halloween Guide. And then also just started with Creepy Kingdom. So I've been putting out some reviews of local Halloween attractions and things that you can go see, so you can read about those as well.
Sweet.
I am well-rounded in more ways than one.
You're all
so much.
So we put together this little 15-minute segment of some fun performances that we've had pre-taped, and then some were from last year's Halloween show. Just to give a little taste to wet your whistle, and my dogs are drinking very loudly in the background. If you can hear that. You hear it?
It's
Yeah.
background music.
That's the sound of joy.
But we do have our annual Halloween show at the end of this month. So hopefully this will give everybody a little interest to come and join us for the full-length show at Theater West End on the 25th of October.
Yes, and tickets are $18, and it's at 8 o'clock. I did my research.
Yes, it's on a Sunday evening, so it's not too late. And there's so much stuff to do in Sanford. If you guys haven't been down there in a while, there's a brewery like every other door. There's amazing restaurants, including the Willow Tree, which we love, that German restaurant. They've just opened their outside beer garden on the roof, so that's kind of fun. And there, you know, the theater itself is beautiful theater. If you've never been down to Sanford, or if you've been and you want to come back, they are open, socially distanced. So we're seating about a third of the capacity. Everything is peroxide fogger cleaned, and everybody's required to wear masks. We actually did our amateur show last week, and everybody wore a mask unless they were performing solo by themselves and weren't anywhere near the audience. So we're doing it as safely as we can. Temperature checks at the door. We just want to make sure that everybody can kind of escape reality for a little bit and have a good time, but do it in the most socially conscious way possible.
Right. Cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I'm excited to watch Corsets and Cuties, Thrills and Chills. Thank you so much.
This is not kid friendly, just putting that out there. There are a little bit of teas and tricks in it. So if you have children or if you're easily offended,
see you in 6 minutes.
We always say, you ask the question, do you know what keeps a pasty on? No guesses? A city ordinance. So you will see that in play in this next video.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, it's Lady James coming at you from The Craft, a secret little place in downtown Orlando. Thank you so much for joining us for our Corsets and Cuties Halloween edition, a little snippet of something fun for the season. Our first performer is me. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Hey da ding dong, a lang a lang a lang, boom ba do, ba do ba do ba ba. Oh, life could be a dream if I could take you up in paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello again, shaboom, and hoping we'll meet again. Oh, life could be a dream if only all my precious plans would come true. If you would let me spend my whole life loving you, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Now every time I look at you, something is on my mind. If you do what I want you to, baby, we'd be so far. Oh, life could be a dream if I could take you up in paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Shaboom, shaboom, yada la 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 la, shaboom, shaboom, yada la 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 la, shaboom, shaboom, Ya-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, shaboom. Shaboom, shaboom. Ya-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, shaboom, shaboom. Ya-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, shaboom, shaboom. Ya-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, shaboom. Every time I look at you, something is on my mind. If you do what I want you to, baby, we'd be so far. Life could be a dream if I could take you up in paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello again. Shaboom, and hoping we'll meet again. Boom, shaboom. Hey, la, ding, ding, dong, la, lang, la, lang, la, lang. Shaboom, ba-do, ba-doo, ba-doo, ba-ba. Life could be a dream. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. If only all my precious plans would come true. If you would let me spend my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Shaboom, shaboom. Do you shaboom, shaboom. Do you shaboom, shaboom. Sweetheart.
Next up is our very own spooky little witch. Give it up for Sharan Daddy.
Here comes the bride, time after time. With each new husband, a wedding more sublime. Her love would prove costly, much like estate tax. When they ran out of money, she gave them the axe. With each new husband, a new strand of pearls. Listen now as her plan unfurls. It's oh so quiet. It's oh so still. You're all alone. And so peaceful until you fall in love. See the sky up above. Sun is caving in. Wow! You know about face and that's about a guy you wanna love. You wanna cry, you cross your heart and hope to die. Till it's over. And then it's nice and quiet. But soon again starts another big riot. Shout, you yell, this is when we almost have a fit. This guy is caught in agony. The story is like, it's nice and quiet. Starts another big riot. You blow a fuse. So what to you? I'm falling in love. Sky comes in, till it's loose.
This next performer will have you saying those magic words. This is BB Caliber. Last but certainly not least is our own high-flying, very spirited Teddy.
Everybody wants her, Miss Sexy in the city. She's on the prowl. She rocked this town. Who's that girl? A fly, ferocious lady. Get up and dance. Get up and Shantae, on the runway. Do it, oh. All the girls say, Shantae, on the runway. Do it, oh. All the boys say, welcome to the jungle. She's so wild, so animal. She's gonna work that sexy body so sexual. She's like a female phenomenon. She's a glamazon, female phenomenon. A glamazon. She's so wild, so animal. She's gonna work that sexy body so sexual. She's like a female phenomenon. She's a glamazon, female phenomenon. A glamazon. Nobody do it like her. She taking names and kicking ass. You shall receive. What do you need? It's alright. It's all about the body. Tonight's the night. Get up and Shantae, on the runway. Do it, oh. All the girls say, Shantae, on the runway. Do it, oh. All the boys say, welcome to the jungle. She's so wild, so animal. She's gonna work that sexy body so sexual. She's like a female phenomenon. She's a glamazon, female phenomenon. A glamazon. She's so wild, so animal. She's gonna work that sexy body so sexual. She's like a female phenomenon. She's a glamazon, female phenomenon. A glamazon. Ladies, boys, and girls, and those who dream to rule the world. Smoky eyes, cherry lips, still on the lawn. Now break it down. She's a glamazon. She's a glamazon. Get up and Shantae, Panther on the runway. Do it, oh. All the girls say, Shantae, Panther on the runway. Do it, oh. All the boys say, she's so bloody tall. She's so wild, so animal. She's gonna work that sexy body so sexual. She's like a female phenomenon. She's a glamazon, female phenomenon. A glamazon. She's so wild, so animal. She's gonna work that sexy body so sexual. She's like a female phenomenon. She's a glamazon, female phenomenon. A glamazon.
Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, you can tip the cast with our Venmo address, Corsets-and-Cuties, if you enjoyed our performances this evening. Come see our full show later this month, October 25th, at Theater West End in Sanford. We've got an entire evening full of chills and thrills just for you.
It's getting spooky here, and we're both muted. That's even more scary.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I have permission to read a scary story, and I am opting to not go with Lovecraft. I've got something of my own for you guys. So this is called the car ride. So there was a man standing on the side of the road, hitchhiking in the middle of a thunderstorm on a dark and moonless night. Time passed slowly and no cars went by. It was raining so hard he could hardly see his hand in front of his face. Suddenly he saw the headlights of a car approaching over a nearby hill. The car was moving very slowly, approaching and appearing ghost-like in the rain. It slowly and silently crept toward him and stopped. Wanting a ride real bad, the guy jumped in the car and closed the door. Only then did he realize that there was nobody behind the wheel and no sound of the engine to be heard over the rain. Again, the car crept slowly forward and the guy was terrified, too scared to think of jumping out and running. The guy saw that the car was approaching a sharp curve and still too scared to jump out, he started to pray for his life as he was sure the ghost car would go off the road and into the river and he would surely drown. But just before the curve, a shadowy figure appeared at the driver's window, and a ghostly hand reached in and turned the steering wheel, guiding the car safely off of the bend. Then, just as silently, the hand disappeared through the window and the hitchhiker was alone again. Paralyzed with fear, the guy watched the hand reappear every time they reached a curve. Finally, the guy, scared to death, had all he could take and jumped out of the car and ran to town. Wet and shocked, he went into the nearest bar and told everybody about his supernatural experience. A silence enveloped the room and everybody got goosebumps when they realized the guy was telling the truth about the strange car and the ghostly hand that guided it on its way. Just then, two men walked into the bar. They were dripping wet as they took off their rain gear. They looked around them. Their eyes came to rest on the hitchhiker. And they said, "Look, there's the idiot who jumped into our car when we were pushing it in the rain." I got y'all so good. You thought it was going to be scary. Right, Lindsay? That was good.
I thought that was going to be scary.
Oh, it was. It was, though. Ugh.
But it wasn't scary.
It was a little scary. I had you on the edge of your seat until that end part, right?
You definitely did, because I can't move in this costume, so I am at the edge of my seat no matter.
Yeah. You're welcome.
So it was weird because I was really scared to listen to your story this whole time because I didn't really know it. I wasn't familiar with it, and but I took a chance, and now I loved it, and I want to tell everybody about that story.
See, and you should. And good thing this is being recorded, and it will be available later because, some people missed out on that. That was great.
It's a lesson to all of you watching at home to take a chance on fringe shows that you might be afraid of or unfamiliar territory.
Good point, Lindsay.
Because you could be rewarded. Or still terrified, but risks are rewarded at Orlando Fringe.
They are.
So take notice. Also, everyone, we found out that you can't post the pictures in the live chat. So basically, if you want to post your picture for the Halloween costume, you can post it on Twitter, you can post it on Instagram, and just tag Orlando Fringe, and we will pick a winner, and we'll post it later. So if you send us the picture, you're giving us permission to post it, and then we'll send you some Fringe swag.
You all right there?
Yeah, looked like I was wearing like Big Bird sweater without the hood, so I decided to put it back.
All right.
All right, Marlon. Let's bring everybody back.
Come on back, y'all.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Whoa, Dina had a whole costume change.
I know.
I didn't let Marlon one up me. He's a Christmas guy.
Oh, come on.
It's great.
Were you guys scared during Marlon's story?
It was building.
Terrified.
Extremely scared, yes.
I could hardly
I
breathe.
knew it. I knew
You
you
put
would.
it up very well. While there's some people still here from earlier in the programming, if anyone has any questions they want to ask anyone, go ahead and start putting it in the chat because it takes a little bit to get here. Marlon, do you want to ask everyone the secret question that we have?
The secret question, yes. So Lindsay and I were talking earlier, and we were wanting to ask you guys, what is the scariest moment you have ever had on stage? Go.
I'll start. I've fallen on stage many times just because I'm naturally a klutz. So, I mean, it's not scary. It's not super scary, but I mean, I always just have a fear of falling because I'm a natural klutz.
I love that.
Nice. Anyone else have one off the top of their head?
I think the first time I did a public speaking appearance, I mean, it wasn't like a stage performance, but it was pretty freaky for me.
Yeah.
And now I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
When we did Schmuck Boys at 2018 Fringe, there was a night that we had a bar that we used in the show. And it was like someone very generously had let us borrow it. It was like a bar that kind of folded in on itself that you had to fold out and like put the top down. And we used it, I think, for like 4 of our shows at this point. So we like saw it when we were setting it up. We were like, should we zip tie this? And I was like, no, it's fine. And then that night during the show, the bar literally collapsed.
It was
during the show, like in the
like
last scene,
our final scene.
Yeah, and then like the glass, the water, everything that we had on the bar just went everywhere on stage. One of our actors just like completely improvised the response on the fly, but like the whole audience just was like, it was a mess.
No.
That was the scariest moment because I was like, it was an out of body experience. I was like, is this happening?
Oh man, I can't beat that.
We all just
That's
loved
a
it
big
though.
one.
We all,
Yeah,
the audience, all of us actors just loved it though. We all turned
It
on
was
stage
great.
and we were just like, whatever. Like,
It really like reinforced the Orlando Fringe, like anything is fair game at Fringe. Anything can happen, including your set literally destroying itself in the middle of the show. Yeah.
I mean, as an audience member, though, I love moments like that, especially when people break, because it's like, it's live theater, you know?
It was live theater that night. Yes, it was.
It certainly was. I was there as an audience member. It was amazing.
It was a moment.
Self-produced, borrowing props from whoever.
Yeah, you know what? That's what happens when you don't build your own set. We didn't have a set budget. I'm sorry. What do we do?
That's what people say. Yeah. No, I can't beat that. I think my scariest one has been forgetting song lyrics just live at the show and trying to make something up on the fly. That was terrifying.
Wow.
But
oh my
other
gosh.
than that, I feel like that's about it. I can't beat the bar story. That's just incredible.
That's more just like embarrassing, I guess, than terrifying. It's more like I can't believe this happened versus like no one's life was threatened in that moment. So like it wasn't terrifying. But yeah, pretty embarrassing.
Marlon, what about you?
I've got a couple. So like the first one, which is more embarrassing, but it was scary at the moment because I was really young and it was early in my career. But I had fell asleep backstage, and the characters on stage said my name, and I thought my scene was up. So I ran out, but I was like 3 scenes early, and so like, so I just stood there. I just stood there for that entire scene and like played with my clipboard. And like, so I have never fallen asleep backstage since then.
Yikes.
And then the other one, I got waterboarded on stage, but like the towel had latex over it, so there was no water falling into my face. But like
there was latex.
Yeah, but like the feeling of every night of that water rushing over me, it kind of gave me a panic attack. But yeah, so I could go on.
Man, that's really pretty craft.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Mine is we were in San Diego Fringe for like the beginning of our summer tour for the show called Clock Stoppers, about like 2 time travelers. And of course, like the first night of a tour, everybody knows like your stuff is just everywhere. You have no system to it right away. Like stuff is just like out of control backstage. And my friend had knocked over this cup of soda on the ground, and the soda like spilled on stage. And I ran off to like exit the scene, and I slipped, and I was like a cartoon fall where like I slipped and fell like straight on my back and like hit my head. And everyone in the audience, well, I think I sat there, laid on the ground like this for like, it felt like a minute because I was like, oh my God. But everyone
What just happened?
Like, ooh, and I was like,
No.
It was the worst.
You'll be all right.
I survived, you know? Wait, we have this or that, Marlon.
This or that. Yeah, we do. We do. So we were playing a little game earlier. So this or that, you guys play. So Halloween movies, Halloween Town, or Hocus Pocus?
No. Halloween Town for me.
Halloween Town.
Yeah.
I gotta go with Hocus Pocus.
Hocus
Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
That is
Hocus
a good
Pocus
one.
too, because I reference Hocus Pocus a lot in the Chilling Adventures of Rhiannon. I reference a lot of pop culture witch references, so I have to say Hocus Pocus, I think. But Halloween Town is so good.
They are both good. They are.
Why would you do this, Marlon? Why would you do this?
Also, anyone at home can play too. Just comment in the chat, and then we'll put it up there too. Okay, I have another one. This should be easy, but we don't know. Candy corn or candy apple?
Boo, candy corn. Boo.
Candy
It
corn?
shouldn't exist. It shouldn't
Alpha
exist.
candy
Boo.
apple.
I like candy corn sometimes, but it's only
Tastes
when
like
I'm
sugary
by
wax.
myself and no one can judge me for it.
No. Also, corn does not look like that. I've never seen corn that
No,
looks
but-
like that.
Yes.
But
I've
like,
never seen
but the thing
tricolored
is-
corn in the shape of a triangle like that ever.
But the reason
Kernel.
why they call it candy corn is because, like, if you stack them all, it looks like a corn
Oh,
cup.
But who would do that? Who would
I mean, if you got the
Children.
time.
take candy
The
corn and make it
children.
in the shape of a corn cob? Just eat some corn. Just eat some corn.
You gotta do something.
Casey?
I agree with Emily. I do like candy corn. I'd much rather have candy corn than a candy apple, just because I don't have the greatest teeth. And the candy apple, the stuff on the outside gets in my teeth and gets stuck.
You can
there,
slice
and
them.
then-
Yeah.
What?
Slice
Oh
them
my
into
gosh.
manageable pieces.
Come for me, Savannah. Come for me, Savannah. You and I can have a fight about this later.
Well, no
I'll
fighting
call
at
you.
Friday. There's still a whole month ahead of Marlon, you have the most controversial question of all.
Yeah. This one is
Oh,
a good
worse
one.
than the other one? Okay.
So,
One more.
a
Savannah's
little
been nice
kid
telling her.
dressed as an old person or a dog dressed as an old person?
A dog.
Wait,
A
a
dog?
what dressed as an old person or a dog?
A baby? A little kid dressed as an old person or a dog dressed as an old person?
Although
A baby.
Baby.
it's hilarious.
Babies already look like tiny old people, so a
They
baby,
do.
absolutely. Yeah, a little wrinkly baby would be so
Yeah.
funny.
I know so many babies that look like old men. So
I love it. I love
So
it.
many.
Yeah,
It's
100% a
unanimous.
baby.
I like when they have like the little walkers, the little babies that dress like
Oh,
little people. So cute.
So cute. So cute.
I mean, it's probably not cute for the old person, but
Probably not.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
old, the old
that's
people
not
watching
cute.
are like, So sorry. It's just a baby in a costume. I know.
Orlando Fringe is for people of all ages, and we love everyone.
Right.
And we'll see you in May, okay? To be fair, we're saying that all three of those, the dogs, the babies, and old people are all adorable. So
Just the baby would be really good, really cool to see. That would be really fun to see.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for coming.
Yeah,
we really
thank you all.
Everyone check out all the events that are happening this coming month featuring all these people with our cool and interesting work. I can't wait to see all of that stuff happening. I really can't. And if you want to donate, please text Fringe to 41444. Then go through the donation link in order to give these people some money. Money, please. All right. Thanks, everybody. And Marlon and
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Fringe Week. Bing.